the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
You're watching DC News Now at 9.
And coming up tonight, more violence plaguing children in the DMV. In Atlanta, Maryland, a young girl struck by bullets. And in Montgomery County, a shooting inside a metro station during evening rush hour, leaving an 18-year-old fighting for life. We're live at both scenes with what we know tonight.
Plus, trash piling up at Rock Creek Park.
You know, beer cans, batteries, you know, it's just a lot of random junk out here. We've brought maybe 100 bags up there so far.
Repeat calls to the Park Service for months now with no luck. We talk to the woman leading the charge to clean up this trashy mess.
And lending a hand or a limb for neighborhoods in need. The new grant that'll help Arlington County go green one tree at a time.
Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us for DC News Now at 9. I'm Tasmin Mahfouz.
Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Flanagan. Tonight, another child shot. Another metro station becomes a crime scene. So many shootings in just the last few hours, it's hard even for us to keep track.
And in Prince George's County today, we're learning a teenage girl was shot in Lanham, Riverdale Road near Veterans Parkway just before 7 p.m. tonight. A neighbor telling DC News Now he heard 15 rapid shots fired around that time.
We're live in moments with that shooting, but unfortunately the violence, it does not stop there.
Yeah, tonight a shooting inside the Wheaton metro station in Montgomery County. We've just learned the victim is 18 years old. Our Daniel Hamburg has been at the scene and joins us live.
And Daniel just learned that new information from a news conference that just wrapped up.
Well, Chris and Tasmin, we know that that man is in critical condition at the hospital. I'll tell you that earlier this evening, the WMATA police, Metro Transit Police, reported that that man was dead. That was, he pronounced dead on scene. They then shortly after walked that back. We still don't know why that was erroneously reported there. But what we can tell you is that this all started from a confrontation with a group of people on the escalator that led down to the platform where those shots were fired. Again, that person was shot and taken to the hospital. We don't know how old those people were on that escalator. Montgomery County Police tell us they are looking for suspects. We don't know how many suspects or even how old they are. They also didn't go into details about exactly where they're searching for those suspects. Of course, there is plenty of camera coverage in these metro stations. No images have been released to us yet. This is an investigation, again, with Metro Transit Police and Montgomery County Police. Here is the Montgomery County Public Information Officer who said that the community should be feeling safe with police presence in the area.
I can say personally that I have ridden Metro and I have seen police officers on the trains and in the platforms. So I would say that they're making every effort to make sure that the Metro stations and the Metro passengers are safe.
And at this point, we still don't know when this metro station is going to reopen. Here at Wheaton, for a period of time, service was suspended between Wheaton and Glenmont. Some of that has been restored, but there are still residual delays in shuttle buses running because of this shutdown. Montgomery County Police is taking the lead on this, again, with assistance from the Metro Transit Police. As soon as we have more information, we will bring that to you. For now, we're live in Wheaton, Maryland. Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
All right, Daniel, thank you. A word of a double shooting also in Montgomery County. 2 people shot outside a Pizza Hut along New Hampshire Avenue in Silver Spring. Details still limited at this hour. We know 2 people were taken to the hospital.
And in Prince George's County, police are trying to piece together information about a shooting has left another teenager in critical condition.
Yeah, neighbors say they heard rounds of gunshots. It happened at an apartment complex in Riverdale.
Our Yamarie Sase has been on the scene all evening. Joins us there live with the latest. Yamarie, good evening.
Good evening. As of right now, we do know that that teenage girl is in critical but stable condition tonight. And as you can see behind me, police are still on the scene trying to piece together why someone would even open fire in this area, leaving that teenage girl in the hospital. I'm going to step out the way so you can take a look. We're going to zoom in on those shell casings markers. You see more than 20 of them lying on the ground. Several people in the area tell me they heard several shots being fired. Even one woman saying that she ducked for cover when she was inside her apartment, fearing for her life and her children's life. Now, what we do know so far is that police did arrive on the scene around 5:40 p.m. They found a teenage girl suffering from gunshot wounds, and she was quickly taken to the hospital. Now, another woman I spoke to told me that she sees people patrolling the area all the time, so she doesn't understand why this could happen. And also, the community and officers tell me tonight the gun violence is getting out of hand.
We've seen an escalation of gun violence, the proliferation of guns, the quick attitudes, and the quickness to resolve situations with violence. So we're past the point that it's getting out of hand. It's gotten out of hand, and we all need to join together to address this violence.
Now, police are encouraging the community, or if anybody has any information regarding this incident, you are encouraged to call PGPD and you can remain anonymous. For now, reporting in Riverdale, Maryland, I'm Yamari Sase, DC News Now.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Switching gears for a moment, let's check out your weather. You can see from satellite composite radar, increasing clouds making their way in from the south, from Leesburg, Frederick, Maryland, into Hagerstown. A little bit of clearing continues to kind of unfold across the area, but we're really going to see a comfortable evening across most of the DMV. Upper 60s to lower 70s for daytime highs this afternoon, so slightly below average. I promise you tomorrow afternoon we are going to be slightly on the warmer side. There's still some gust out there. If you've been outside across the district, winds picking up out of the east, 15 to 20 miles per hour, and really our surrounding counties, they remain on the quiet side. So your hour by hour, partly cloudy skies, no concern for any frost advisories for tonight. Pretty comfortable air. Temperatures going to be hovering in the lower 50s, guys.
All right, Janessa, thank you. And a mountain of trash piling up at one D.C. park, and the call to clean it up going unanswered. The pile is sprawling off a trail at Glovered Archbold Park in Northwest D.C. Mariel Carbone spoke to a neighborhood that's leading the charge to clear it all out.
The sounds of birds and other wildlife are what you expect at a national park. What you don't expect,
This is like an environmental disaster.
trash piled high.
You know, beer cans, batteries, you know, it's just a lot of random junk out here.
But that's what Chris Furnish found along the Dunbar Oaks Trail in Glover Archbold Park, part of Rock Creek Park.
This is like really not safe to be here. There's definitely a lot of mold going on here, a lot of funky smells that start to appear when you start moving that stuff around.
Furnish is referring to this pile of trash as Keystone Mountain because of all the beer cans you can see under here. And the height, it's taller than waist deep for me at some parts. That is even after about 2 months of her and other neighbors coming out here to clean this up themselves.
I'd say we've brought maybe 100 bags up there so far.
Furnish says she's reached out to the National Park Service, which maintains the land, but hasn't gotten any help, despite numerous calls over the last several weeks. She's also called the district to help pick up the bags and bags of trash she and others have cleaned up, to no avail.
We pay our taxes for the National Park Service and government organizations like that to address these type of situations, and I feel like it's not being addressed.
She's worried the longer this stays, the bigger the impact.
There's so many microplastics that are just breaking down, and it's going to be impossible. It is impossible to get all of this up. So, you know, this is going to be in the ground for millions of years.
In Northwest D.C., I'm Mariel Carbone, DC News Now.
Yeah, so we reached out several times to the National Park Service and also the DC's Department of Public Works to ask how they plan to address this, but we have not yet heard back.
All right, where you live might impact how long you live. That's true in many places, including Arlington County. And tonight there is a move to address that. Northern Virginia Bureau reporter Max Marcilla joining us live tonight. Max, these efforts all have to do with trees.
Yeah, and it's tough to tell the impact just by looking at them, but some neighborhoods in Arlington, well, they are feeling the impacts of the lack of trees. It's a small task that could have a big impact.
Trees are one of those amazing things that do so many things.
And now that task has more support in the form of dollars and cents. The Arlington branch of the NAACP is giving $60,000 to Eco Action Arlington for their tree canopy project.
We're looking at neighborhoods that have lost a lot of trees and are now facing a lot more heat.
The goal is to plant trees in 10 historically overlooked neighborhoods across the county, where the people who live there face significant heat and are more at risk of things like respiratory diseases.
But when you look at your neighborhoods and know that in your community it's a target for you to have asthma, that's just bizarre.
A recent privately funded study found Arlington's tree coverage is likely less than previously reported, and it's likely shrinking. And it's because of the tree's impact on things like air quality, flood prevention, and daily mental well-being that the targeted campaign has high expectations.
Some of these things are really prominent in the African American community that trees can actually benefit us having those stressors relieved.
Now, the hope with this money is that over the next 5 years, in those 10 specifically selected neighborhoods, there will be about 2,500 trees planted, and as you just heard, a number of positive things that could come from that. Reporting live in Arlington, Max Marcella, DC News Now.